You are fighting a war you cannot win because you are fighting the wrong enemy. You wake up every day trying to be unshakable. You try to be the person who doesn't care about criticism, who ignores rejection, who walks through fire without getting burned. You tell yourself to be positive, to stay strong, to ignore that voice in your head that whispers you aren't good enough. But let's be honest, it is exhausting. You're tired of maintaining an image of strength while you're bleeding on the inside. You're tired of the silence that kills you. You think the solution is to silence that negative voice, to numb it, to build a wall so high that nothing can hurt you. But I am here to tell you the brutal truth. The wall you're building is not a fortress. It is a prison. As long as you try to run from that negative voice, it owns you. Here is the reality check. You believe that your negative self-talk is a reaction to the outside world. You think you feel bad because someone insulted you, because you failed, or because you were betrayed. You are wrong. The world cannot hurt you unless there is already an open wound inside you. That negative voice isn't coming from your boss, your partner, or your past. It is coming from you. It is the echo of your own unhealed history. Carl Jung, the master of depth psychology, said, "We are not what happens to us, but what we choose to become." The reason that voice is so loud is that you are trying to control it. You are trying to be perfect, smart enough, strong enough, hoping that if you are enough, the voice will stop. But control is an illusion. You are merely putting a bandage on a bullet wound. To stop the negative talk, you have to understand where it lives. It lives in the unconscious. Jung said, "Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life, and you will call it fate." That negative spiral you fall into, that isn't bad luck. That is your shadow. That is the part of you that you have repressed, ignored, and shoved under the rug because it was too painful to look at. The anger, the shame, the fear, you buried them. But buried emotions don't die. They are buried alive. And now they are screaming at you in the form of negative self-talk. When you hear that voice saying, "You are weak," it isn't the truth. It is a message from a part of you that has been forgotten. It is your unconscious trying to wake you up. So, what is the protocol? How do we kill this enemy? You don't. You integrate it. This is the hardest part for people to understand because we are taught to fight pain. We are taught that suffering is weakness. But Jung had a different approach. He said depression and pain are like a lady in black. If she appears, don't kick her out. Invite her to sit down and ask her what she has to say. Your negative self-talk is a messenger. If you feel unworthy, don't suppress it. Ask yourself, which part of me feels this way? Why is this wound still open? The moment you stop running from the voice and turn around to face it, it loses its power. You stop being a puppet of your emotions and start becoming the master of your mind. This is called individuation. It is not about becoming perfect. It is about becoming whole. Pain is not the end of the road. It is the beginning of the journey. The negative self-talk is the friction that creates the fire of transformation. But you have to stay in the fire. You cannot numb yourself. Those who live on the surface get battered by every wave, but those who dive deep find silence and stability below. You need to dive. Your shield is not ignorance. Your shield is awareness. What you resist persists. What you accept transforms. That is the code. If you are done running, if you are done bleeding in silence, then make a choice right now. Stop trying to protect yourself from life. Stop trying to silence the voice with distractions. Sit with it. Listen to it. Master it. If this message woke something up inside you, if you are ready to stop surviving and start living, leave a comment below saying, "I choose awareness." Let this be the moment you stop fighting the war against yourself and finally win. Subscribe for the next step in this mission. We are just getting started.